Hey everyone. Halo Infinite has been fully revealed. We saw a gameplay of the campaign this morning during the Xbox Game Showcase. During this video, I'm going to be playing that gameplay that was shown off from this morning, but if you want to see it without me raging and talking over it, I'll put a link to the original gameplay video for you in the description. So if you want to watch it without me talking, that's totally fine. Click that link below, it'll take you right to it. But I wanted to give you my thoughts and opinions on what was revealed and some little tidbits I picked up on in Halo Infinite, and maybe there's some things that you saw that I didn't, and I love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. But starting off, this game is confirmed to be coming to the Series X, the Xbox One, and Windows 10. It's unconfirmed if it's coming to Steam, but I would say that's probably likely due to the success of MCC on Steam. And Microsoft always loves to talk about how they love to put their games on whatever platform you want to play. Well, if it's PC, most people want Steam. So I would expect it to come to that. It's going to be taking advantage of smart delivery. So if you buy it once, you get it a free upgrade from the Xbox One to the Series X. It's unknown if it's going to be a Play Anywhere title, which means if you buy it on Xbox, you get it automatically on Windows 10. But a lot of their first-party games lately have been taking advantage of that. So I would say that's likely as well. As for the gameplay itself, we start off crashing onto a Halo ring. We see the dude, we still don't know his name, who rescued Master Chief from outer space in the Discovery Hope, or the Discover Hope trailer from a few months ago. It looks like it has an open world design. It looks like that is confirmed as well, and the art style is very classic. There's a slight cartoony art style with it, but all of the models and just the whole nature of what we see is very classic, very reminiscent of Halo Combat Evolved. And that makes sense because 343 has said that Halo Infinite is like a spiritual reboot of the entire franchise. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of nods to the original trilogy of Halo, or particularly Halo CE. But if you were to ask me about the art style, I would say I really like it. I think this is very Halo to me, and that's because I think I played a lot of Halo Wars 1 and Halo Wars 2, and they kind of go in that direction of the art style, and I just think this fits really, really well. I will say I wasn't blown away by the graphics department of this game, and they said it has something ridiculous, like twice the pixel count of, or the fidelity of Halo 5. If you were to tell me that, I wouldn't believe you. It's not that the game looks bad, it just doesn't show off very next gen in my opinion. But maybe that's because I'm watching it over a stream, and streams can have some latency issues and some quality issues when you watch it. So I don't think we've really seen the best of the graphics department of this game, but I really do like the art style if you're to ask me. There's a lot of new weapons for both the UNSC and the Banished. It is confirmed. We see later on in this trailer that we are facing the Banished. Master Chief even says that we need to defeat the Banished. And we see a lot of new weapons. The pistol's been renamed to the Sidekick. It looks to be a lot different. Very reminiscent of kind of the Halo 2 pistol, if you ask me. But yeah, I really like all of the weapons that I saw. The aiming down the sights is unknown. We did see a little bit of aiming down the sights of this it's not the battle rifle, but it does look like to be a kind of mix between the DMR and the battle rifle, and you did aim down the sights a little bit, but that could simply be from clicking in the right stick with what classic Halo always had, because that gun did have a scope on it. We did see that Sprint is confirmed in this. I know a lot of people were really getting heated on whether Sprint would be returning to Halo Infinite or not, and it is, and to be honest, that doesn't bother me at all. I think as long as they make good map design, there's really no issue with Sprint in my opinion. I actually really wish Sprint was in ODST because it was so painful to traverse in that city without Sprint. But yeah, I'm glad it's here. We also see a new mechanic. The grappling hook has been confirmed. They teased this yesterday by showing off the picture of Master Chief on the Halo ring. It looked like he had a grappling hook on his left hand, and he does. And he uses that a couple of different ways. The first way is he uses it to kind of grapple onto like a bridge or something to propel him upward to get some vertical advancement, and then he used it again to kind of grapple a fusion coil to pull it towards him, and then he like was holding the fusion coil and then threw it at a shade turret. So that was all really interesting to see, and to be honest, I would much rather have this than the advanced movement that we had in Halo 5. I just wasn't a fan of the kind of little jetpack maneuvers and the dodging and the dashing and the ground pound and all this stuff. I know a lot of people like it, but I wasn't a fan. And I'm really glad to see this grappling hook as hopefully a replacement to that system. We also see in the menus that there are upgrades shown. They didn't go into that tab in the menus for Halo Infinite, but it looks like you can upgrade the Master Chief. So if this will be an open world game with a lot of different ways to, I'm assuming, to take on your objectives. They show off 3 battery cannons that you have to take offline, and I'm not sure if you have to pick a certain one to attack first or if you can go at any order, but I think the upgrade system would work really, really well in this kind of an open world. And I'm looking forward to this. I think this is going to be new and exciting, and we'll see what the upgrades have in store, I guess, later on. We did see the return of potentially equipment from Halo 3. There was some sort of almost like bubble shield kind of thing that Master Chief threw on the ground that prevented enemy bullets from going in, but it looked like he was still able to shoot outwards, so it was like a one-way stop for enemy projectiles, which was really cool. Yeah, and that's really by and large the majority of what we saw here. There was all solo gameplay with Master Chief. We didn't see any Marines or Blue Team or Arby or an AI, etc., etc. We didn't see this big cast of characters that looks to be in Halo Infinite from what we saw at the ending of Halo 5. I'm assuming we'll see them at some point in the campaign, but to what extent, we don't know yet. And I think this is a wise move to step away from the mess of Halo 5. There were too many cooks in that kitchen, and I think really stepping back and hitting the reset button will be really, really good. And the reactions I'm seeing online are mixed, but mostly positive from what I've seen. And I agree. I think this is going to be really good for Halo. I think people who are looking for some sort of graphically awesome thing are going to be disappointed. But I think the classic Halo fans, which is really most of us, are really into this sort of thing. They did say this campaign is bigger than both Halo 4 and Halo 5 combined. And I'm not sure if that means in terms of size of the world that you can traverse and explore, or in length. And I'm assuming they mean both. Because if this is going to be some sort of open world, this opens the door to that live service model that was kind of rumored for Halo Infinite. And what this can mean is they can add new areas on the map with, I don't know if it'll be quests or objectives or weapons or characters or what, but I think as time goes on, we're really going to see them add a lot of more stuff to this game. And I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and people are really going to enjoy this. But this is really what I observed during the trailer. I love to know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Did I miss anything that you saw that potentially I didn't? This Halo ring seems to be full of wildlife and places to explore, and I think a lot of players are going to have a lot of fun in this. I'm going to be doing some more Halo Infinite content that's going to dive down into the specifics of what we've seen today. So more of the weapons, the enemies, the story, all these sorts of things. I'm going to get pretty specific and try to make some detailed videos. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe, maybe even tap that little bell icon so you know when a video's coming. And if you want to chat with all of the news shared today, join our Discord server. We got a ton of people in there who are huge Halo fans, and we're going crazy over this news right now. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and more Halo content will be coming very shortly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you, James.